Awesome. Once again, ladies and one gentleman with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us today. It is our pleasure to invite all of you for the session, and it's my pride and privilege to talk about Mr. Lakshmi Narayanan Ravichandran, who's with us today. Right, and I'll also just tell you a little bit about him. Yeah. So when I was just talking to him, sir, we are just doing something like as a community event. I want your expertise. He never even asked any question. You tell me when you are ready, I'm ready to come. All right. And the reason why I've chosen also, probably I should just tell you about it. I think when I just speak to many of the people, I feel I started very early and I'm just really a old person who comes and talks. And when I look at that, he said, no, I have just seen anything from that room full of computer to and a tiny computer, what you are talking about. And I'm a veteran, and he has just been in most of the predominant organization, right from HCL to Tech Mahindra. He has just done and dusted, and even a Tata for that matter. From Tata, he has just started his journey, and then he has just continued his journey, and currently he's just becoming a board member for many of the organization, and his tech passion has not just dropped him. So he has also started one of his own entity as a foundation to talk about that, the AI thoughts.org. He wanted to make sure this AI is being spread across everywhere, and then he's able to create a powerful future generation. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us. And I literally enjoyed our conversation, what we had. Thank you so much for having the vision of making the future generation so technically empowered, and flash my pride to bring you over here and talk about it. Over to you, sir. Just tell us about your journey, and then you can start the session with us.
Thank you. Can you see the screens?
Yes, sir. We are able to see that. Thank you so much.
Okay, I think it's really great to actually see so many women leaders who want to basically restart their career after a break, because this is something with which I believed in all the companies I worked, and we used to have special recruitments in Tech Mahindra over the years, and then looking at only the people, and I was very happy to see that kind of Manjula has kind of created this community and forum and trying to basically connect. And it's a marketplace, but it's such a basically great support to people who want to come back to job, and instead of we're navigating through hundreds of connects, I think it becomes a very focused kind of connect group. And so it's a great opportunity. And after retirement, I always had interest in AI. And so I run a website called AI Thoughts.org, and basically talk to industries, talk to students, talk to colleges, talk to companies about what is this AI and how do we need to learn, reskill and adjust for the next 10, 20 years of career. So basically it is almost like before Christ and after Christ. So it is before AI, because technology has been changing. And there are a lot of confusion on people, and say, because with our last 2 years, with the introduction of chat GPT kind of tools, that kind of people are associating that exactly the technology has been changing. So what is so different in this technology, which is kind of making so many people talk differently? This is like electricity, it is like industrial revolution, etc. Because computer started off 50, 60 years back, and it is changing. And so I will talk a little bit about that. And then I will also basically talk about some of the popular tools if you are in the IT industry. SAP, and ServiceNow, etc., how they are embracing AI. And so for the new jobs in the SAP, even if you're an SAP expert, you should know the SAP AI extension to get a better job as you are going getting into the market. And what are the new skills, both IT and non-IT? Because especially on the AI space, there is going to be more opportunity for non-IT people than IT people. So see we already talked about hardware, and it is like maybe a football field kind of size, huge kind of size computers, and then it slowly moved in again. Kind of large room was required, huge amount of data cooling, and then it got into personal computers, and then you kind of storage from say kind of disk, floppy disk, to now you have got what is the power in your mobile phone is probably 10 times that one kind of huge like kind of computer, which I started working, which is about two or three room size, and it is that kind of PC today. The mobile phone is 10 times more powerful, where we used to count the number of bytes in bytes and kilobytes, and then it became megabytes, and then now you know that everyone talks about gigabytes and then terabytes. And same thing has happened in the languages. How do you write software? That also went through a lot of evolution. And basically there is still some code running on IBM assembler. And so going up to the lowest level in the computer, and then the program C, C++, Fortran, COBOL, etc. And then the network, when initially the computer started, there is only a hard line going into your data center, and you can connect the computer only from your office, wherever the hot line is there. And then the landline, I don't know, many of you may have seen it. So the landline, there used to be a modem. And then the whole thing changed on internet. And so anybody who has got an internet access can connect to any computer in the world. So that was TCP/IP. Then it became wireless. Why do you need a wire? Because the LAN cable we used to put. Then obviously mobile communication, and made sure that we can talk to the computers on the mobile. And if we look at some of the older, even electric meters, they are there in some of the houses where there is a dial which will be running. And once in a month, the electricity employee will come and take the noting of the electricity reading, and then they'll produce a bill. And same thing on the car, the speedometer, odometer, all that. So the whole electronics changed from analog to digital. So now everything is digital. There is no analog kind of systems anymore. And how do you talk to computer? Starting with teletype to a kind of PC terminal kind of thing, to now you can talk through mobiles, and data can be directly, the IoT device can directly talk to the computer. And there are IoT cameras, IoT fans, IoT equipments, IoT fans, IoT refrigerators. You are automatically dial into the computer. Suppose the fridge needs to schedule your maintenance. You don't need to get involved. If the fridge is IoT enabled, the IoT will directly talk to the computer and then say, I am so and so, this is my address, and please schedule maintenance for. So everything basically changed, and the data become, everything was in a what we call Excel type tabular data. Customer name, customer number, customer address, product, customer order, and accounts payable, accounts receivable, whatever data we had. But now there is kind of like a natural language. And so you write emails, you write WhatsApp messages, you do a posting in Facebook, and you do it in Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, etc. And then now the proliferation of IoT, the cameras, images and videos are coming from all around the place. And then the audio kind of text is coming. And a lot of things have changed after the gene was decoded. And each gene of us is going to build terabytes of information. Even though it is a data, we don't know how to handle such large size databases. So this was the scenario, but with all the things changing from huge computers to short computer, direct interface from IoT to computer, we don't even need to enter data. Even if we enter data, you enter the minimal data, the drop down, select, so you don't need to type, needs to be minimal. With all that, one thing did not change before AI, that you and me as humans, we find out what we want. We create a banking application, we create a order processing application, we create a HR application, we create a finance application, and we set the logic, we said what is right, what is wrong, what are the edits you want to put into the system, what data to accept, what data to reject, what two fields have to match so that you can do a posting on the general ledger. We do everything. Basically, a business user or a domain specialist, then a programmer will convert it into software code and then do some testing and then put it, and computer will run exactly like what you told. If you say do A, B, C, it will do A, B, C. It will never do B, C, A. And that fundamental thing has not changed. We are the masters. We tell the computer what, whether it is cloud, whether it is mobile, whether it is IoT, it doesn't matter. Everywhere you have to tell. You have to tell the fridge 5 days before the maintenance due date, you schedule a maintenance. It will not do on the 4th day, it will not do on the 6th day. It will do on the 5th day when the clock strikes 12:01 in the morning. It will keep doing it because we told the IoT software to do it. But what is happening is, now you look at, suppose you send an email to your friend, we wanted some money and I'll send you the money tomorrow. But does the banking system take it and then actually do the money transfer? No, it will not do. But you have to again go to the mobile banking application, log in, and then do a money transfer, select your friend's number, etc. So, but I have already said it once. I have already said my intent to send money. Why should I do it again? Why should I again type it into the computer in mobile banking or laptop banking or internet banking, etc.? So people started saying, now that you have so much information on natural language, audio, video, images, PDF files, why is it that the best computer, mobile, IoT, cloud, still telling me that I cannot use all this, I have to again go and type? And same thing, home security system. If you look at a car accident claim, I can take a picture and send it, but there is a claim agent sitting there. And then the person looks at the picture and says, yeah, I think your door has to be replaced. So it's going to cost you so much. This is the insurance claim. But why do I need that claim agent for 80-90% of there is a dent? And these days, you know, the cars, if there is a dent in the door has to be replaced. Nobody fixes anything. The whole part has to be changed. So the people started saying, yes, I am getting the picture and sending it, but there is a human being sitting and deciding what is the cost of repair, whether to pay, whether it is covered by insurance or not, etc. So, and how do I get a driverless car like Tesla, where basically I am seeing, and so the same way the car can see the road, change lanes, look at red signal, and you have already seen demos. And so people started basically saying, you have all this power of computing and you have all this data available, but even the most sophisticated non-AI systems are basically saying, okay, you use everything, you extract, you have to retype again. You have to use the mobile banking or whatever other application. So, but you look at this, just look at the image of a lion, X-ray, or a kind of traffic signal. If you want to write logic like we used to do for the last 50 years, how will you write the logic that you look for ear should be like this, eye should be like that? How will you describe a lion? And whatever description you do, you can try for a long time, but you won't succeed. Even if you able to give if then else code, if it is there in the background of a tree, there is a background of a forest. If there are 5 or 6 lions sitting together, so how do you recognize? So in all this, if you want a kind of radiology kind of model where you take an X-ray and then the model will automatically find out whether it's a normal X-ray or there is a pneumonia or there is a COVID symptoms, etc. How will you write the logic? How will you write the logic on a complex traffic signal? And so you can't write the logic, but you and me want, no, I have got all these images. I have money to buy cameras have become cheap, but you have to somehow interrupt this data. And we also say a child can recognize 4 or 5 year child. I see Deepashri has got a kind of child with her. And if you tell, even with the pictures only, and they see the picture, and you take them to Bandarghatta Zoo and then say, what is that animal? Lion, tiger, elephant, at least 5 or 6 animals, they are able to recognize. They are only 4 years old, 3 years old, 5 years old. And they have looked at various pictures in the cartoons and all the books which the parents are buying. But if a 5-year-old child can speak the mother tongue, can also speak, if there is a nanny at home, nanny speaks a different language, the child picks up the nanny's language much faster. So there are 2 languages. 4-year-old kid, and the kid can change from one to another. Start in Kannada, finish in Tamil. Because nanny is Kannada, mother is Tamil, whatever. So if I cannot write logic, but a 5-year kid is able to do, so basically look at it, our kind of brain has got 86 billion neurons. And what is called the connection between neurons is unimaginable, 100 trillion. And so there is no if then else logic. If savings bank, average, basically balance, then apply 3% interest. And your 3% is the interest. And then create a debit, create a credit with interest. So like that, we have to write the business logic. But none of these new data, we can write any business logic. So like a child, Child, we are not giving if then else, if it looks like this. They look at 10 pictures, 20 pictures of lion. And then you say, this is lion, this is lion, this is lion. You don't say, you look for the shape of the ear, shape of the eye, shape of the mouth, shape of the tail. You basically say these 10, 20 pictures are lion, these 10, 20 pictures are tiger, and then the kind of brain looks at what is the commonality of these 20 lions and then puts it into the connections. And when it sees a lion in the zoo, it says, okay, that thing lights up. And so can you do something like this, that we're all used to, you write the business requirement, somebody converts it into software, then you put the data, you get the output. That is what we are kind of familiar. But can I look at the data, which is the image, audio file, PDF, video, and give a little bit of a support to the machine? And can the machines learn and can generate the business logic? Whatever is the business logic, they generate. So that is the fundamental difference. And basically, that is where that we can do things which we can never imagine we were able to do before. Because in the example I gave you, you write a Gmail to your friend and basically say that, okay, I'll send you the money. Then the computer can read your okay, Hindi also. मैं कल भेज दूंगा. Fine. And the rupees 10,000, 10,000 भेज दूंगा. So it can read, and by looking at your kind of sender's mail ID, it can connect, and if possible, it will get the bank number, and it will do the phone number, and it will do a GPay. And then say, I've already done it. And then you get up in the morning and say, what should I do? No, I've already done it, sir. You could have wrote an email, and I've already finished. And so because it can read Hindi, it can read English, it can read colloquial, natural language, etc. And the way these models are trained is you give lot of text, Hindi, English, Tamil, Kannada, Telugu, whatever it is, and basically let the computer learn by itself. What is the noun? What is the verb? What is the meaning of I want to send money? I will pay you. It's because we use different terminologies. There is no one terminology. I will settle the account. Don't worry. I will settle the outstanding tomorrow. And it can directly go to the SAP and say there is an accounts payable. Your item. And the purchasing manager has said, I'll settle the account tomorrow. So it can do your SAP transaction and settle the account and settle the outstanding. And same thing about, so I think that I took a little bit of time is because I don't know, a lot of people are confused and they directly jump into AI, not really realizing the fundamental head-shaking change is that we will not write logic. And so it is called a training data. So you give, in the child example, 10,000, 20,000 lion pictures, 20,000 tiger pictures, 20,000 elephant pictures. And then tell the computer, and then it say, and then next time you show any picture, it can tell with high level of confidence that it's a lion, it's a tiger, etc. So that is what is used by Tesla. Because when you look at it, this is the traffic light. This is red in the traffic light means stop. You have to hit the brake. And this is the car. This is the pedestrian. This is somebody coming in the cycle. And so all those things, you cannot write your regular logic like the old times. So only it's called a model. It is not 100%, but it can be very high level of confidence because it can never be 100%. And I think some of the terms are supervised learning is, if you look at it, you tell the 20,000 image and tell the computer it is a lion. This 20,000 pictures are lion. This 20,000 is tiger. So the lion, tiger, and elephant. So that is called data label. And this is supervised learning. So you are telling the computer, this 20,000, we want to call it, these 20,000 are lion. And so the computer, just like our brain, will look at all these pictures and find some commonality and store it in its huge brain, which is a network architecture and your neural networks and various other models. It is supervised because humans are telling the computer, this 20,000 is lion, this 20,000 pictures, this 10,000 pictures is elephant. Because we are the supervisor. We are giving some help. And if you look at unsupervised learning, is leave the kid, just give all the 60,000 pictures and let the computer figure out which 20,000 are lion, which 20,000 is. Obviously, the computer doesn't know lion, tiger, but it will say type A, B, C. And then we give a name. A means lion, B means tiger. And so you are unsupervised learning. Because supervised learning requires a lot of human work. Because we have to we have to look at the 60,000 images. And then we have to type lion, 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 tiger, elephant. We have to do the work. And it is going to be expensive. But if I say, I don't want to do that, I can give it, that is supervised. That is unsupervised learning. And for developing an AI model for playing chess game, playing go-go and all that, basically looking at the model keeps improving. If you do it right, you get extra points. If you do it wrong, then you get negative points. This is like trading a dog. If the dog follows your instruction, you give a treat. If not, you basically, you actually show that you don't like it. And so carrot and stick kind of approach. So these are the terms. And obviously unsupervised is better because it doesn't need humans to do the work of data labeling. But obviously for very specific application, supervised is going to be more accurate if you are able to spend the time. But in the last few, from November 22, the whole world changed. So there were a lot of models for natural language, a lot of models for audio. So it will read audio and it will convert into text, and text will go into the natural language processing. So it will understand what you want to do. Then you can do the banking transaction. Then there is image processing, video processing. So a lot of models were developed, mostly supervised learning. Then whole world changed in, I think, December of 2022, when ChatGPT 3 came. It got announced. And what did OpenAI do is, they basically said, I'm going to do a massive project of unsupervised learning. But everything available on internet, everything on Wikipedia, every website, every research PDF file, any document, any article, whatever is available in public domain, New York Times, Hindu, Times of India, Guardian, all the papers, anything in English. And if you go there and put what is her second innings, it will tell you. Because like your website is accessible to general public. Once you make your website accessible to general public, then if it was available before the cutoff date, then the ChatGPT has read your website, all the pages, whatever you put, everything has been read. Everything has been read and absorbed. So You will be surprised. You go and put AI-Thoughts.org, you put Tech Mahindra, you put her second innings, you put what is the, when is the election in US, what is the electoral system, anything and everything available in the whole world. I think on the internet, and the most powerful computers took more than a month to read, and they created what is called a large language model. So it can answer questions, it can write essays, it can solve problems to the extent that it can solve a SSLC paper, +2 paper, mathematics, physics, English, SAT, which is what is used for college admission. SAT is passing. Law exam, which is a bar exam, very tough. And GPT 4.0 has passed the law exam. So it can become a lawyer. Legally, it can become a lawyer in any US state. And so it started with text, anything text available in the world. And then now it has become multimodal. And so you can get audio, you can get video, we can get images, PDF files. So basically now everything available in the world has been read, and the brain and the parameters, we talked about 80 billion neurons in our brain, and the parameters of ChatGPT is 175 billion. And the next version will have more. And so obviously it needs a lot of computing power, but they have done it. And so it's got some problems, but and so now the whole everyone is forgetting about what we started 4 or 5 years back, and everyone talking about only ChatGPT, which is called generative AI. And so it has read everything in the world, 175 billion like neuron equivalent. And now GPT-4 is 1 trillion parameters. So our brain is 85 billion. So this is 1,000 billion. So any topic, politics, law, physics, chemistry, mathematics, computer science, history, literature, anything it can answer question. And so obviously you will hear a lot more about this, but when you look at what is AI ML technology, natural language processing, any AI model which can read, which can understand what I am writing, because each of us have our own style of writing, own grammar. Sometimes we make grammar like grammatic errors, but still humans understand, so it should understand. Audio, the way I talk, video, image processing, your genome sequencing, a lot of legal documents, PDF files, court judgments, etc. So anything which can kind of process this would actually use your artificial intelligence technology. And just kind of 2 minutes on when this happens, when you have 1 trillion parameters, somebody, I don't know, maybe few of you, or basically done engineering, MBA, and there is a linear regression. So you have 3-4 parameters. And like, for example, age, education, your age and education, and you can predict your salary. Because if you are 35 and you have done basically you have done MBBS, you have done engineering, then you know that your salary will be in this range. So the salary is a predicting variable, and the two dependent variables are age and age and your education qualification. So, but only two variables. We can do 4, we can do 5, we can do 8. But anything more than that, we cannot do linear regression. But here you are talking about 1 trillion parameters. So when the AI model tells you this is the answer, how did you arrive at the answer? It says, I can't tell you. This is the answer, take it or leave. So explaining the answer is almost impossible because it is so big and so complicated. You don't know which particular branch in the neuron network where the answer came. And there is no way to go back and try again. So if a wrong decision is made, who is responsible? Like a car goes and gets into an accident and kills somebody. Is Tesla company responsible? The guy who wrote the software responsible? Or the person sitting in the car reading a book? Because it's a driver, it's a self-driven car, so I can read a book. So the owner of the car is responsible. So the explainability is the problem. Why a decision is taken. And you've seen your kind of lot of basically biases in the world. I know you're all the gender diversity we are trying to fight, but a lot of stereotypes. And they will say you draw a picture of a CEO. Even now, the best of the tools are drawing a male white, American white. Even though there are more women and more Indians as CEOs in the world today, but still the model will draw a white American woman. If you say draw a picture of a nurse, it will usually show a woman. So the data we have created over last 50 years, which is what is used as an input, is biased because you can't change history. And very interestingly, somebody were trying to change history and put some logic, which is a Google Gemini, and said you should not show only women, you should show blacks, you should show minorities, etc. When he said draw a picture of Pope, it actually draw a picture of a black Pope. So which is also wrong because you can't err the other way. So there is going to be biases. And when you are talking, suppose you are doing banking, you call a number, you got a problem. You speak for 5 minutes. You don't know whether you have spoken to a machine or a person. So people want to know whether I am dealing with AI or I am dealing with human. I should have a right to know. And if I am not comfortable dealing with AI, I should be able to tell, sorry, I will wait a little bit longer, but give me a human call center agent. So I'm willing to pay more money, it's okay. So you have to tell, you have to be transparent. Yes, you are dealing with a chatbot, etc. And a lot of laws are coming. I think the European Union has already passed a law which is effective. And India, US, they are all released guidelines. And we are expecting that the tech companies and big companies like Tech Mahindra, Infosys, TCS, we will put our own guardrails. And people like you who will be joining the workforce, you will make sure that ethical considerations are taken care of. And you already heard some fake videos of, so it is so much, you can do so many things because once you have image, voice, they can fake your voice and create a 2-3 minute video, say you are saying something which you never said before. So obviously there are a lot of risks out there, but at the same time benefits are there. And what are the applications? Chatbot is the most common thing because the AI can understand spoken language and spoken natural language, just a colloquial language, English, Tamil, etc., Hindi. So why should I call a call center and a human answer and say, I got your Airtel billing problem or some problem in my bank account, etc., etc. So now most companies are coming out with chatbot, so you can either type or you can speak, and you can type and speak in natural colloquial language, and it will understand what you are saying, and it will also reply back in like the same English like you and me can understand, same Tamil, same Hindi. It also replies back in a colloquial way and ask you and do the transaction for you. So, and basically you see Netflix, Gmail, Amazon, they're looking at you and say, what do you like? You like Shah Rukh Khan movies, you like Tamil movie, you like Hindi movie, you like Bollywood. And so it will basically customize the experience for you. And you have seen your autocorrect and giving you so much help on the Gmail, etc. And healthcare, radiology, looking at X-ray, CAT scan, MRI, all of them can be automated for large percentage of the only very complex cases. You need radiologists. Self-driving car, we looked at Tesla. And your court, there are 5 crore civil cases pending. In India, if you are fighting a civil case, the lawyer will tell you it take 25 years because there is 5 crore civil cases pending. So there are experiments going on saying, can I look at the filings from both the parties and read the documents and then render a judgment by an AI model? And of course, manufacturing industry, robotics, and how do we improve robotic human level intelligence there? So a lot of new applications. And finally, what's in it for you guys? Because because from now onwards, as you get into the job, whether you are in HR, you are in finance, I saw one person wants to do soil restoration, whether you are in agriculture, related area, and somebody was in finance. Without knowing AI, you cannot survive in the new job. And if you are an IT person, there are new job opportunities. So you have to know. And basically, to summarize, I think basically it is going to be probabilistic because the model can never be 100% sure. But we have to, just like humans, when you make a decision, you are never 100% sure. You take, and your brain tells you, you take the decision. And huge amount of BPO and IT, people from IT industry should know that there is going to be a lot of changes on the IT and BPO, and ethical consideration. So what is going to be important? Suppose somebody tells you, I'm going to do a face recognition AI model. So if it is used for child search, basically a child is missing in a Mela and you want to find out where the child is. And even if you wrongly identify some other child, it is not a very bad problem. Okay, you made a mistake. But if there is on the immigration, many of you are going overseas now, go to the immigration counter, they look at your face, there's a camera. By mistake, camera tells you you could be a terrorist. Okay, because the model is basically can go wrong a few times. And then you'll miss your connecting flight. They will take you to the side and interrogate you. And if a police is using it for arresting people, so then you have to, the model has to err on the right side. It cannot err on the wrong side. So we never had a problem where what is the application logic will change. So these are the kind of things which are the new things. And if you look at it, there is less and less amount of software development, more and more of data, cleaning the data, improving data quality, data labeling, like what I talked to you about lion, tiger, etc. So, and so even IT people need to change and then learn. And I will skip this because I want to use it. I just wanted to show that SAP, ServiceNow, everyone has come out with Gen AI extensions. SAP has got a AI extension. And Microsoft has got completely the Chat GPT, its Copilot, and you can see it on the sidebar if you go to any Word, PPT, or any Microsoft Outlook. Everywhere you get AI on the touch. WhatsApp has got AI chatbot now. I think all of us use WhatsApp. So almost all the big enterprise applications have got basic Chat GPT kind of things involved. Like you can actually try a lot of these things. You can ask questions. And some of the tools, if you guys want to know, I can recommend two tools. Microsoft Power Platform, which comes with Microsoft, it's the best now because it has got the open AI ChatGPT. So Power App, Power Automate, Power BI, and there's a German company called Nime, which is also very good. Where the K is missing, sorry about that. So Nime is everything is easy to learn, drag and drop. So you can get huge amount of image, audio processing, almost everything, and then and the connectivity to ChatGPT you can get. And this is what is going to be my last slide, and then I want to see if we have some time for question answers. So what is going to be new jobs which are going to be available in the AI world? Data related work, because easy to put a camera, but is the camera image coming out correct? What PDF files is there? In call center, are we recording the calls and the audio image files are there? So look at every data available in your company and look at data quality and many cases data labeling. So data management work is going to be huge, large number of people are required to do this. If a company wants to really use AI, then there is a new field has come called prompt. Yeah.
Team, please put it on mute.
Yeah, please
Sir.
put it on mute.
Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
And then there is a new field called prompt engineering, because ChatGPT is like, you basically say jack of all trades, master of none, which very old proverb, but it is almost becoming like that. It's got a good at everything in the world, every topic in the world, every subject in the world. But your company, suppose it is the best, it knows all the HR terms, but it doesn't know your company has got 15 days, you are earned leave. Because that is your company policy, which is available in your intranet, which is not available on the public domain. So your company policies, your company approval policy for vendor payment, vendor discounting, it is not available. Because, but ChatGPT knows what is vendor, what is discounting, what is early payment, but it doesn't know what is your company policy, because the company policy is not available in public domain. Anything which is inside your company, ChatGPT doesn't know. Unfortunately, you need only what is inside your company to make decisions. So it's a dilemma. And so you can prompt, you can tell ChatGPT, hey, my company basically is a C4 level purchasing, kind of purchasing assistant can give up to 5% discount. So you give the prompt, you tell ChatGPT, please learn this logic. And then it will learn the logic. So next time you basically say, I want to give discount, okay, you can give a discount. Because that it doesn't know. But huge amount of work is because there is no point in buying ChatGPT, which knows everything but doesn't know anything about your own company. So,
Sir, I'm going to just interrupt. Sorry for that.
Yeah.
It was going very good, but there are a lot of questions are also coming. So
Okay.
wanted to give a adequate time for people to also ask their Q&A. So let us know when we can just ask our questions what we are
Sure,
literally
sure.
asking.
Good.
Right? We are good to go. We are good to go for the Q&A right now.
Yeah. I think that you can see the slide.
Yes, we
And
are
so
able to see the
AML
slide.
testing is very, there is going to be testing. How do I test the AML before putting it together? And lot of BPO will become your advanced from basically K plus BPO, and lot of work on quality and audit because ethical considerations are there. Is it safe to put the system into kind of production, etc. So these are the about 8 new type of jobs where you can get training and then you can actually be employed. So I'll
Awesome.
stop here and let's take some questions. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So literally, if I look at this screen, it just gives the opportunity how we have started in 80s. The computer have just started and opened a lot of opportunities. I do see there is a possibility of creating those kind of opportunities for everyone. Thanks for sharing. And team, anyone wanted to, I do see a lot of chat messages are coming. Anyone would like to ask for a question, please go ahead.
Manjula, if we can see the candidates, it would be good.
Yeah, sir, can we just stop the screen so that we can ask the candidate will be asking and you'll be able to see them comfortably?
Okay.
Yeah, you can just stop sharing the screen so that you'll see them. And that's a pleasure when we see people where I'm able to see Ruchi's hand is just raised up. Just give us a second, Ruchi. We will just bring all of you to the screen to do that. Hey, Nandita, now your screen is unfrozen. Able to see you. Good. Right. So please go ahead. Yeah, Ruchi, I'm just make it a very crisp question, team, so that we'll get an opportunity for everybody to ask that. Go ahead, Ruchi.
So, sir, the basics of AI and ML, like what you introduced, is known, a little known, like, as a theoretical thing. When it goes to practical, how should we and what tool should we explore? Which tool should we explore to get a gist of, like, how does it work? And then, depending on that, if suppose I want to go to certain leadership roles, like a project manager or a product manager, something like that, which tools would be helpful ultimately? So where to begin and where to go ahead with?
Yeah. You should
Give a pathway.
Yeah. Basically look at first is already pre-built by SAP, ServiceNow, SFDC, some of the top kind of tools. So they are available. So if you are in any one of the field, if you have done some work in SAP, ServiceNow, and say, how do we get basically training onto the AI, Gen AI extension? So that is step one. Step two is you look at Microsoft Copilot. Basically, Microsoft, all of us are familiar. We know Outlook, Word, Excel, PPT, Microsoft Team for collaboration, etc. And then now with ChatGPT integrated as Copilot. So how do I use Copilot? And then suppose you are having a conference like this, you can, as it is recording, it can understand what you are saying. Suppose you say, we will review this in 2 days. It will immediately set up basically a meeting 2 days from now. You don't need to finish the meeting and come back because you said it. So that feature is available in Copilot. So that is the use of AI. And then minutes of the meeting, there is always one person, one kind of poor kind of person gets the task. Please write minutes of the meeting. And the whole meeting the person is writing. Minutes of the meeting will come out in Copilot automatic. And so look at WhatsApp, AI chat, Google searches now become like a chat GPT. And so if you're happy with Google, if you're happy with Microsoft, basically try Copilot. And then the two tools I talked about, the Power application of Microsoft, very easy. There is no coding, low code, drag and drop. And there you can get image modeling, audio modeling, video modeling. So you can get a big gist of how to use all these AI to solve some problem. And the another thing is that we have used NIME, KNIME. That is also a very popular German tool, popular in European clients. And it is almost as good as Power BI. So again, very easy. And all of them will have, and standard, if you are a Java programmer, you know Python, you can directly kind of write APIs to ChatGPT. That is the highest level. You don't need to worry about that. You can stay at the NIME and the Power BI level. But before that, you become expert in use of Copilot, expert in the AI extensions, because they've already done all the work and given you the extension. Like if you're an expert in ServiceNow, all you have to do is how to use the extension. They've already done all the connecting and all the analysis, everything, all the work is pre-done and available as a ServiceNow extension license. So that should be the steps.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Thanks for sharing it. And I do see Sujita is raising their hand. Go ahead, Sujita. Your question.
Thank you, Manjula. Actually, I have two questions, sir. One is I have Salesforce experience that is less than 2 years. Is there any tools available for Salesforce? And this is my first question. And second one is I am right now I am learning React JS thing UI part. So, is there any AI tools regarding this UI thing? Um, what is there
Yeah,
anything I need to upskill regarding AI?
yeah. Basically, I think your Facebook experience is very, very good. And you look at, there is both Google, Facebook have come out with their own version of ChatGPT. So there is something called Llama, which is another model. So it is developed by Facebook and it has got a lot of easy interfaces to Facebook. And so if you are ChatGPT is more supported by Microsoft and Google has got their own board, etc., which is supported by Google. And so if you want to stay at this, but my suggestion is don't worry whether you are in Facebook. Basically, the Microsoft, whatever advice I gave, Copilot, all of you can learn Copilot and start using it because we are familiar with Word, Excel, PPT, etc. And it's so easy to get you started immediately. And then can start asking questions on ChatGPT and stop looking for links and reading the link. If you go to Bing, Microsoft search, if you go to Google search, the Bard search, they're all like ChatGPT. So start using that and then try to, whatever task you have, you need to write a summary, you have to write a report. How do we get basically there is so much of help you can get.
Right.
And so start with the most popular tool, Microsoft Copilot.
Perfect. Great. Thank you, sir, for just giving the clarity for Sujita. Thank you so much, right? So anyone else has any other question, or I'll quickly go through the chats, what has just been given there for you meanwhile to pick it up. Market related implications of AI, we have just learned from sir what he was talking about it. So
There was a
our,
question on what is the application in marketing.
uh,
Yeah, I think I did kind of mention it, like the way the Netflix, Amazon, and if you look at it, that they have increased our purchases by 20-30 times. At least Amazon, the marketing, the AI tools they use, because they have completely know your mind what you will buy. When you see something, whether you will buy. And what was started was like a simple customer segmentation and customer interest. And they started, for example, John Grisham. Amazon started many years ago as a bookseller. So if you buy John Grisham book, and the next one coming, 1 week before they'll send you a mail. That is how they started.
true.
And say you bought one John Grisham book, you will buy the next one. And then that increased the sales, because otherwise I have to remember to buy. And it told, but kind of right now, basically your purchasing part of your brain is completely extracted and saved by Amazon.
Right.
So customer segmentation, customer likes and dislikes, customer feedback coming from WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook in a colloquial language. Because
Right.
there is no way, you cannot send forms for people to fill up. Nobody fills up. But
Agree.
people are very happy to write bad comment. Good comment
Right.
also these days. I went to a restaurant, fantastic food. Bad food, bad service. Almost immediate as they leave the restaurant. And if you
Right.
cannot read, and then say, I sent a customer survey 6 months back, everything is fine, then the restaurant will close very soon. So almost every aspect of marketing is already AIized to a large extent. And it will continue to become more and more AI. So marketing will be, from digital marketing, it will become AI marketing.
Awesome. Thank you, sir, for sharing that. And before we are just going to Shyamal, there is two of the people are asking the similar question. So I'll just pick it up. How are the openings for career break resources? Because companies are expecting either freshers or experienced resources. So that's the question. And in fact, same question also reflected like
No, how about I didn't understand the question. Can you repeat it?
I'll do that, sir.
Yeah.
How are the openings for career break resources? Because
Okay.
companies are always expecting either a fresher or experienced resources.
No. I think that basically changing, I'll not say it is not going to be very easy, but there are, for example, there is a new, with the company which started, I know the COO used to work with me, she's a woman leader. And she wants to hire only career break, basically your kind of members. Basically saying, because very difficult to get experienced people, they are asking for too much salary and all that. And so I don't think the career break is that important. But what is important is, in the last 3 to 6 months, have you been reading up and then pick up a few certifications in your name and be active on social media, LinkedIn type, business social media. Okay, may not be Facebook and Instagram, but more things like a LinkedIn, and then comment on the topics of your interest. So I think they are more looking at saying that, when you come in, can you jump into the job almost from day one? That is the only concern. As kind of basically, I've been COO for so many years. That's the only concern. You don't want to bring up somebody with a lot of experience and basically say, I'll take 3 months to get up to speed. We don't have the time because you are immediately working on a customer engagement. So if you have not done it, you can take the 3 months and with the help of basically your membership of this portal, and then say what could be on some of the areas of interest. And especially all of you, there will be 2 or 3 questions on what do you think of AI, what tools you know, what are the AI and ethics in any interview you go today.
Awesome.
Because
Thank you.
they will ask you for the sake of it also, but they will ask.
True, true. I agree with you. Just to add to that, whatever sir said is resonates, right? So we need to be skilled. It's just not the certification, showcasing you are practically able to implement. That's a confidence you need to create, as well as being on the business social media. I like the terminology. Business social media, active and then connecting. That's a second. And just to give you a third pointer for you, connect with us, and openings are plenty. In fact, we are sitting close to around 2,000 openings for bringing women back to work from last month to now. That's a kind of openings are coming up. Every company wanted to bring women back to work. That's a reality. But they also wanted to make sure, like sir said, you need to be productive from day one. If that's the case, how do you build your skills? How do you connect platform like Her Second Innings, where they can hold you and take care of your journey and come back and tell, oh, your interview is not up to the mark. These are all the focus area which you need to do that. So just please work with your commitment. Getting to the job of what you're liking is no longer tough game today. So thank you so much, sir, for sharing that. And Shyamal, please go ahead. I'm sorry to put you on the wait. Go ahead.
No issues. Thank you, Manjula. I have actually 2 questions, one for Mr. Lakshmi Narayan and one for you and Revati. I'll first
Okay.
go with the question for Mr. Lakshmi Narayan. Actually, a very good informative session on like an overview about AI and the opportunities. So as you emphasized on, like, we all need to upskill ourselves, and that's all. That's something I have been doing for last couple of weeks, and AI seems like a very interesting area, most interesting like an area right now. So like as you mentioned, ChatGPT and Microsoft Copilot, these are like the first tools anyone can go to for getting a hang of what it is about and all that. So but for someone who wants to make a career, like restart a career in IT, you need to know a little bit more. So there were some sessions I attended for like automation, integration using AI and all. So I want to know whether Microsoft Power Platform, does it provide all that, like for free for someone to explore, or that for if I want to try out something like that, I need to get a paid license because ChatGPT is like 1,600 per month and all. So.
Yeah, I think the Power Platform or a NIME platform is obviously the next level. First is you learn Copilot and then direct ChatGPT and then prompt engineering and then you understand, you get a hang of things. But also try some image creation, etc. Don't do only text.
Yeah.
Basically, because that is how you start learning. A lot of images, etc. will happen. And then Power BI, it gives you basically the next level of learning and wherever you need to connect, there is a API connect to ChatGPT and various models available. So Power BI basically is a good start for your data collation. Is because data could be in multiple files. There is so much of data work I talked about. So the very easy way for you to collect data, pick up 2 fields from this file, 2 fields from this file, 2 fields from this, everything you drag and drop. And then create your input data and then look for data quality edits. And so all that is very easily drag and drop on Power BI 9 kind of tools. And then you want to analyze audio files, video files, even that also we can put. And there are various models available. You don't need ChatGPT for everything. Because once it goes into production, you have to pay money. But
Yeah.
learning, it's okay. But kind of people, there are a lot of other image tools. And so you can try those things out, etc. But if you need, somebody mentioned about UiPath, so real robotic process automation, some of those things, that may not be available there as a standard package. But that you have to get service now or something like that on top of it.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. And yeah, you can try the community versions always. That
Okay.
gives adequate support for all of you to try it out. Just explore that as well. Go ahead, Shamal. You said you have another question too.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, her second innings, whether, in the last session that I attended, where people got an opportunity, through the program. So are you also doing some projects? So everyone mentioned that they did some hands-on projects in like this technology. So for AI also, do you already have projects that when people are working on?
Awesome, right questions. Thanks for asking about it. Of course, we do have a projects in AI. In fact, we have also taken the internship as well for AI openings, which working with Infosys, we are just bringing the people for trying the AI projects directly so that you will be able to experience the live environment even with corporate too. So that's where whoever has not attended our career guidance, please go ahead and attend so that you will get a framework. And followed by that, we also kept a one-on-one session for you to understand, because everyone's journey is different. We can't give you that one package fits for all. So somebody would have come with an IT developer experience. Somebody would have come with a support experience. Somebody could be wanted to come from non-IT to IT. So pick up your one-on-one with our coaches. They would be able to sit and find your passion and then guide you to the next journey. Hope it answers your question, Shyam.
Yes, very much.
Thank you so much for checking that. Any other questions which is really you wanted to pick it up? Good. So over to you, Revati, but before giving it to Revati to just brief what is our next step, we can go ahead. I would like to just share thanks to Sir. Sir, your session, it's fundamentally doubts what's the base for it, and as we are just talking about, happy to just create a advanced version of the programs and how do they each of them can get into the customized version, etc. Based on this input, we will come back and then create a next level of engagement with our audience. And as I was just talking, and sir was also talking to all of you, so being in a social media is the best way to connect with the industry experts. Stay in touch, and all of you can just share your comments and feedback, where we have just given the link. Revati would be sharing the link as well. Just go ahead and then put it and stay active. So with that, over to you, Revati, and thank you, sir, for just being with us today.
Yeah, and then if there are any questions, like an interesting comment which came, what is AI in the next 20 years? So that's going to be a big answer. And so any questions out there, you can send it to me on my email, I'll answer. Yeah.
Yeah, sir is also on LinkedIn. That's what I was saying about it. Connect with him on LinkedIn. His passion is to just empower everybody. Wherever he finds the time, he would be able to connect and then do that. In case if by any chance he is busy or anything like that, routed through us as well, we can also just able to help you out on that. Thank you, sir, once again for taking a time and being with us. It's our privilege and pleasure to be with all of us today, including me. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Best
much.
wishes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Manjula. Thanks for, we are going to continue. Manjula, she has a
Okay.
prior appointment, so she will be moving away. So we can continue with the presentation and then move forward. And I do see a lot of questions here in the chat box. Keep that rolling and coming about. And we will have a feedback form where you can fill in case we are not addressed here. You can put it there. And of course, we'll be sharing Sir's LinkedIn link also, as well as his mail ID, so that sir will have a personal connect with you all. So with that, having said that, we'll move and we'll go ahead with this session, sir.
Thank you, then I'll sign off. Yeah. Thank
Yeah. Oh, okay. Why did he go off? Oh my God. Okay, 1 second. Just hold on, everyone. I think he didn't get the point.
I think he misunderstood that.
Is what it was clear, right?
Live stream
What I
is going
said.
on.
Yeah, it was clear.
Ray, live stream.
Prasha, you can stop.
Okay.